All right, so picture this, right? You're all set for that sailing trip you've been looking forward to. Sun is out, there's a nice breeze, seems perfect. And then you meet the captain of the boat.
Oh, this should be good.
And he kind of like shuffles over, doesn't make eye contact, eyes are downcast, and mutters something like, "Hey, Montana Bonef here. I'm your captain. Hope it's good."
Yikes. Not exactly inspiring, is it?
Not really, no. I mean, would you feel super confident with that guy at the helm?
I'd probably be checking the life jackets twice.
Right. Okay, now, same scenario. Sun, breeze, sailboat, but different captain. This one strides up, makes direct eye contact, and says in a clear, firm voice, "Good morning, everyone. I'm Montana Von Fiss, your captain for today, and we're going to have a fantastic trip."
Wow, yeah, night and day.
Huge difference, right? And here's the thing. Maybe Captain Von Fiss is just as nervous inside as Captain Bon F. But that initial presentation, the way they carry themselves, completely changes how we, the passengers, feel, right?
Absolutely, and it really highlights how much perception matters. Both captains might be equally skilled sailors.
Yeah.
But the one who projects confidence just naturally inspires more trust.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. How to project and even cultivate a stronger sense of confidence, even when, you might not be feeling 100% confident on the inside.
It's like, you don't have to be fearless, right? But you can learn to control how you express your nerves and how that comes across.
Exactly. We're not talking about putting on some fake persona or pretending to be someone you're not. This is about making deliberate choices in how you present yourself, like those little physical and vocal cues that actually communicate confidence to others. And this might sound strange, back to your own brain too.
It's almost like tricking yourself into feeling more confident by acting confident, right?
Kind of, yeah. There's a bit of that. But there's also this feedback loop where your body language influences your mind, and vice versa. We're going to get into that. But first, I think it's important to highlight why this matters, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. This ability to project confidence is huge in so many areas of life.
So many.
Leadership, public speaking, even just navigating everyday interactions.
Yeah.
Understanding how this works gives you a real edge.
For sure. So based on some really interesting research, we've broken down this whole confidence thing into 5 key techniques that anyone can start using right away.
5 actionable things, right? Not just vague concepts.
Love that. Yeah, actionable. So we're going to talk about how to intentionally turn up your energy, the power of the pause, how to harness a superhero stance. We'll discuss why practicing with purpose is crucial, and then there's this really interesting tool called the silent sentence. Ready to dive in?
I'm all ears. Let's start with energy. What does turning up the energy actually mean?
Okay, so technique number 1, turn up the energy. And, when we say that, we don't mean you suddenly have to become this, super hyper, bouncing off the walls kind of person.
No, not at all.
It's more about projecting a sense of engagement and control, especially when you're speaking or leading a group. If you think about it, someone who's just mumbling or talking in a flat, monotone voice, even if they know what they're talking about.
They just don't come across as confident, right?
Exactly. It's like they're not fully invested in what they're saying.
And that lack of energy can make people question whether they should be invested in listening to.
Totally. One of the sources we looked at uses this really good analogy of thinking about your energy level like the volume knob on a radio.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So if you're down at a 2, you're barely audible. You're lacking presence.
You're kind of fading into the background noise.
Yeah. But if you nudge that up to, say, a 5 or a 6...
You become more present, more captivating.
Exactly. And you don't have to crank it all the way up to a 10, right?
No, that can be overwhelming.
Totally. It's finding that sweet spot in the middle where you're projecting energy without being over the top.
And it's not just about volume either, right? It's the tone of your voice, the pace you speak at, even your facial expressions.
So true. It's about showing up, being present, and letting people know that you believe in what you're saying.
I love that. Okay, what's technique number 2?
All right, number 2, pause like a boss. This one can feel counterintuitive, especially if you're nervous.
How so?
Well, when we're nervous, there's often this urge to just rush through everything, to get it over with. Just blurt it all out and hope for the best.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling. Like if I just keep talking, I won't have to face the silence.
Exactly. But here's the thing, and our sources were really clear about this. Using pauses strategically can actually make you seem more confident.
Really? It seems like the opposite would be true.
I know, right? But think about it. When you pause, it gives your audience a moment to process what you just said, and it shows that you're in control, that you're not afraid of a little silence.
It's like you're saying, I know what I'm talking about, and I'm comfortable enough to let it sink in.
Yes, exactly that. It's like taking a deep breath before you dive into a pool, you know? That pause isn't wasted time.
It's about gathering yourself, preparing.
Yeah. It helps you enter the water smoothly and confidently instead of just splashing in all haphazardly.
So those pauses in conversation, they're like taking a breath.
Yes. They create impact, they project calm and authority. It shows that you're thinking things through, not just reacting impulsively.
And it gives you a chance as a speaker to gather your thoughts, make sure you're emphasizing the right points.
I love that. Okay, ready for technique number 3?
Bring it on.
All right, technique number 3, the superhero stance.
Okay, now I'm picturing someone striking a pose in a cape.
Haha, I know, right? It sounds a little cheesy, but it's really just about the power of physical posture. And there's actually some really fascinating research on this.
Oh, like how your posture can affect your mood.
Exactly. Like studies have shown that standing or sitting in a more open and upright posture can actually boost your confidence and even affect your hormone levels. It's wild.
So basically, how you hold yourself physically can change how you feel mentally.
Totally. So think about this. Chest open, shoulders back, head held high. Maybe even a little smile or a focused expression. It's about aligning your body in a way that just naturally communicates strength and assurance.
So it's not about being stiff or overly dramatic.
No, not at all. It's about finding that balance, being relaxed but alert. Like one of the sources even suggested imagining you're about to step onto a stage or face some kind of challenge. How would you naturally stand to feel your most powerful?
Oh, that's a good visualization.
Right, and the best part is it works both ways. Like standing taller can actually make you feel more confident.
So it's like a feedback loop. Your body language influences your mind, and your mind influences your body language.
Totally. It's like a little cheat code for confidence.
I'm gonna have to try that. Okay, what's next?
All right, technique number 4, and this one's important. Practice with purpose. Now, this might sound obvious, but it's something we often skip when we're pressed for time or feeling stressed.
Yeah, it's easy to think, I'll just wing it.
Totally. But our sources were very clear that intentional practice is key to building real confidence. And it's not just about going through the motions a few times, it's about practicing with a specific goal in mind.
So having a clear idea of what you want to improve.
Exactly. So one thing they recommended is setting aside some time for dedicated rehearsal, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. And here's a really good tip. Focus on one technique at a time.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. Like one day you might work on your energy levels, the next day on incorporating pauses, and so on.
So you're not trying to do everything at once, which can feel overwhelming.
Exactly. It's about mastering each skill individually. Kind of like how you learn a new sport, you know? Like if you're learning tennis.
You wouldn't try to perfect your serve, your backhand, and your footwork all at the same time.
Right. You'd break it down, practice each element separately until it becomes second nature. And one of the sources actually uses that exact analogy. It's about repeating those specific skills until they're just ingrained in you. So when you're in a high-pressure situation, you don't have to think about the mechanics. You can just focus on your message and deliver it confidently.
It's like building muscle memory, but for confidence.
Love that. And it brings us to our final technique, number 5, the silent sentence. This one's all about your internal dialogue, the things you say to yourself, especially in those moments before a big presentation or something that makes you nervous.
Oh, interesting. So like how our self-talk affects our performance.
Exactly. Think about it. If you're standing backstage about to go on and all you're thinking is, I'm going to mess this up, or everyone's going to see how nervous I am.
That's just going to make you more anxious.
Totally. It's like setting yourself up for failure.
It's like you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right. But what if, instead of those negative thoughts, you consciously choose a positive, empowering sentence to repeat to yourself?
Oh, to like a mantra.
Kind of, yeah. Like, I've got this, or I'm prepared and I'm ready to share my knowledge. One of the authors we read actually shared their own silent sentence, and it's really powerful. They say, I want to help my audience to the best of my ability.
Oh, I love that. It's not about them, it's about the people they're trying to reach.
Right. And that shift in focus can be so powerful. It's not about you and your potential shortcomings anymore. It's about your intention to connect with and provide value to your audience.
It's like reframing the whole situation.
Exactly. And by choosing a silent sentence that's positive, goal-oriented, and even other-focused, you can completely change your mindset and set yourself up for success.
So confidence isn't just about projecting an image. It's also about your inner dialogue.
Absolutely. So there you have it, 5 techniques to help you project confidence even when you're feeling anything but confident.
And it's not about faking it. It's about making conscious choices in how you present yourself.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, these techniques can work for anyone, whether you're giving a presentation, leading a meeting, or even just having a conversation.
So if you're feeling a little unsure of yourself, remember, turn up the energy, pause like a boss, strike that superhero stance, practice with purpose, and find your silent sentence.
And the best part is, the more you practice these techniques, the more natural and authentic they become.
And the more confident you'll feel, both inside and out.
Exactly. So we encourage you, our listener, to give these techniques a try. Experiment, see what works for you. And remember those 2 captains we talked about at the beginning, Montana Von F and Montana Von Fis. Which one do you want to be?
It's your choice. You've got the tools.
And that's the power of choosing confidence.